What's up, everyone? It's a beautiful morning here on the Delta. Got my cup of coffee, and I wanted to do a video today. Been planning for a little while. Brody decided to join me this morning. Good morning, Brody. Good morning. Everybody say hi to Brody. Brody, good morning. Hi, everybody. Okay, where were we? So I wanted to do a video. I've wanted to do this actually for a long time, and I haven't done it yet. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it yet. So here we are. We're going to do it this morning. Basically, I walk around about the Mojo boat and the people that worked on it, the things that we did that are kind of custom, and how the Mojo boat basically evolved to what you see today and what you've seen on the videos. Before I do that, I want to thank all the sponsors for the Delta Assault, and that went incredible. You're going to get to see that hopefully the first of the month. The Mojo boat started basically from me seeing a clip of Blake Wilkie's death boat, and once I saw that, being an off-road guy originally, building off-road cars myself, I had to have one, and I thought I wanted the same exact boat, same size and everything, and had a hard time finding someone that would build a boat for me. Found a video that showed me a quick clip of Jetstream boats. That was my boat. And then somewhere along the way I found a quick clip of Torchcraft Marine in Oregon that says if you want to build a boat, you know, or build full boats or whatever. I was like, there's my guy. Did a quick interview with Troy on the phone. Basically, I was interviewing him. He probably felt he was interviewing me, but I was interviewing him to see if he said the right things that made me happy, being a builder of my own from the off-road cars and stuff and race cars. And also that he was willing to step outside of his comfort zone and build something like this right here. So after a little bit of work with him, we decided to move forward and start building the Mojo boat. So what he did, I'll walk around here just a little bit, is he basically built, as you've probably seen in the previous videos, he built the boat from here down. And we did from here up. So it's a 12-foot Buccaneer built by Jetstream boats. Shout out to Jetstream, because they were one of the major sponsors for the Delta Assault, as well as Heatwave. Doug from Heatwave and Chris from Jetstream, you guys rock. You made it happen. Without you guys, this Delta Assault would not have happened, and certainly wouldn't have happened in the fashion that it did. So shout out to those guys. Worked through the graphic guy to create the Mojo H2O. I know it's still a little bit confusing to some people. When they see it, they think it's Mojo 2, and they always ask me what happened to Mojo 1. If you want to say Mojo 1 was a sand car. It was called My Mojo, and that's how the Mojo 2 started out. Well, I guess we'll start at the front here with my cup of coffee. This is Ultra Deck. Ultra Deck designed this pattern for me with the six-sided pattern. I guess that's a hexagon. They also made this fit our custom J Industry hand grab rails. These are anchored into the hull right in here. You can see the bolts in here. Moving back inside, you'll see all the custom inlay they did for me. Mojo H2O design in the floor, and all the different colors on the sides. Ultra Deck knocked it out of the park. Everything fits. And Ultra Deck was also one of the sponsors of the Delta Assault, and want to shout out to them. I'm working with them on another project, building the second boat, and they're just awesome people to work with. I believe they're also in Canada, like Jetstream. Next up is PRP. They're racing seats. PRP also put our logo in the seats. Let us somewhat custom design our seats. Got the front bags. Got the rear bags. And of course the rear seats also with the logo in them. Okay, moving to the dash. Of course we have the Rockford Fosgate controls, same as in my Cobalt, so that's why I chose it. So it's already intuitive to me. I understand it. I use it on my other boat, and the new boat that we're building will also have it. Next we have the 12 function control panel. All those are labeled. They're all being used. And believe it or not, we still had to add rocker switches to run everything. The rocker switches are seat heat, the blower, the bilge, the heater, which is under the dash here. So we have heat when it gets colder here. And then a USB plug to charge your phone or whatever. Then we have the Garmin. This is the 10-inch Garmin, I believe it is, and a 10 or 11-inch Garmin. It's a bigger one than Troy normally puts in the boats. Then we have the phone charger. Got this from the Cobalt. Also, I have one of these on my Cobalt, and you basically turn your phone around, put it on here, and it charges your phone and holds your phone. I will say that it does not hold your phone enough when you're flying through the air 10 feet off the water. When you land, your phone will not be there. And we have the standard jet ski gauges, Mojo H2O logo embedded in it with the TCM logo. A friend of mine has a laser etcher and created that for us, and this is a J Industry part sold through Torchcraft Marine. New on the new boat, this will have a bezel that will match this right here. So on the new boat, and I think all the new boats, this will have a bezel as well. But the rocker switches for the jet ski controls for trim and all the modes and VTS and cruise control, all of that are right there. Right on top of that is my rag storage. Wasn't intended for that, but it sure works good for that, so I can wipe things off if I need to. Then we have GPS antenna for the mirror. And I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but basically that's the screen. That way when somebody's sitting in here or holding on to the oh shit handle right there, it's not blocking my view of the mirror, because the mirror is right there. So the Garmin. Garmin has pretty much everything Garmin offers for water, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but it's of course got the menu and has different pages, and we can put depth up, do 3D views. We can do sonar. Looks like our boat's upside down right now because we're sitting on the dock. So anyway, jet ski panel. Jet ski panel's a 2020, was a RX TX 300 supercharged, and as you probably already know, she's getting some upgrades. So if you're really sharp, some of you might notice that there's a Momo sticker here on the wheel and a Pro Armor steering wheel. The Pro Armor steering wheel horn is less than desired, and the Momo horn I really like, but I didn't like the Momo steering wheel, so I ended up building a half and half. The mirrors are also Pro Armor mirrors with a bezel here that is color matched to the Mojo boat. If anybody wants to know what color this is Chevrolet orange. All the powder coating was done by Applied Coatings. They did an amazing job on this powder coat. I mean, it is just beautiful, smooth, no imperfections, and these guys knocked it out of the park. Dropped it off on like a Thursday and wanted to have the boat together on a Saturday, knowing full well that I was never going to get to have it back from them. And the next day at 10 o'clock, they called me and said, come get your parts, they're done. And these guys are also a sponsor of this boat because they did all of this for us, and they just did an amazing job. This was, you know, sometimes people do things for free and kind of just half-ass it because it was free. This was not done like that. I mean, this workmanship is just gorgeous. So smooth, so beautiful, so shiny. The light bar, all of that. Those guys, awesome to work with. Applied Coatings out of Lodi, California. Next one, Extreme Motorsports. Extreme Motorsports did all the C-pillars, did the oh shit handle up in here, did these bars here, the bar in front of the window, and the light bar. Wyatt, my boy Wyatt at Extreme Motorsports, kid is so talented. Just turned 20 years old and look at the work he's producing. I mean, this thing is the most perfect shape. It matches this boat to the T. Built the brackets for the back, built the brackets for the for here, and then J Industries, my son's business, built all the billet aluminum hardware to hold it in place. Inside of here you can't really see it, but there's a bunch of brackets that hold these whips, that hold the laser lights, and I know no one's seen the laser lights yet. Kind of bummed about the laser lights because it was a great idea. It was never thought about the execution of it, but unfortunately, or fortunately I guess, fortunately in California over here we have pretty darn clear weather, so laser lights need some impurities in the air to work. So these laser lights only work if there's fog here or if there is dust in the air, which we haven't had either or. So someday when that happens, I will cut a picture of that. But when you do get to see them, it's pretty amazing. It's about 2-inch round or 1.5 inch, you know, maybe it's 1.5 inch round laser that's shooting 200 feet into the air, and it's pretty cool looking when it does work. Sitting in the seat looking up, you can clearly see them, but from a distance you can't see them. Next up, Current Fab. So Current Fab did all this lighting, all this wiring in here. Now, Troy gave us the boat with all the wiring, and there's a ton of wiring. All the wiring down to the light, all this plate hiding all the lighting. All the lighting going down the window, put in the phone jack, but most importantly, and all that lighting too, for the 5150 whips. But most importantly, they did all this body work. So they do two things. They did all this body work, all this, built all of this, all the fabrication that it took to build this roof, and just beautiful, like that. The clearances are like, it's perfect. It's not touching, it's not rubbing on anything, nothing's actually touching. It's just like this perfect body work. Guys are also amazing down there. Built the fascia piece. All these sidebars. But what's really cool is the amount of detail. Like, there is a handle slot. So when the person's sitting in here and they need to hang on to a handle, they have something to hang on to. And it's slotted right here. Actually, all the bodywork to make that work. It looks unfinished, and some of you may say, oh, it's plenty finished. The final version of this boat was that there would be body panels here, much like this back piece right there. You can see, much like the back piece right here, hiding all the wiring, and that there would be gold wing roof panels right here, that this would actually all get cut out and have a double layer here with hinges over there, and you'll be able to grab a latch out here somewhere, or somewhere underneath here, and pull a latch, and this gold wing door will lift up so you can get in and out of here easier than you do now. So it's a little awkward getting in and out, but worth it. And that there will be panels, all this wiring will end up in here, and there'll be panels that go down to the window and are riveted on here, or Zeused on, so they can be removed and basically hide all of this wiring. And whether or not we do that now, that the boat's at this point is to be determined. We got to get the second boat done first, and then see how much time we have before next summer, because I absolutely will not go without a summer. Then we have J Industries. So J Industries is my son's business. He and I worked on developing a system that takes the links brackets from the jet ski and allows you to put fuel cans or ice chests wherever you want. And you're basically gutting or stripping a jet ski like that one there, and you just will take all the parts you can off of it, and those are a couple parts we can take off of them. So he basically designed the pocket that it fits in, and made it so where it's all flush and smooth, so when you get in and out, they're not in the way. The next thing is the vents. Noticed on Instagram somebody copying his vents. I think that's the highest form of flattery, is when somebody's copying your design. Again, more of the handles. We put this handle here so when you're climbing in that you have something to grab a hold of, as well as the ones on the corner for pulling it up on the beach or whatever, here and here. Then we did the step brackets. In this version you have to have a square tube down bars, and if you notice, the Mojo boat doesn't have the traditional arced round back deck, and that was trying to keep with the theme of the straight lines. This deck also, I just like the look of it. So much has a little more character, a little different than other boats, and you know, as you can tell, we like to be different. Next thing we did was the dual fire extinguishers. Again, running with that off-road look, to put a fire extinguisher here and here, and have them with the quick pulls right here so we can use them quickly. Before you all comment about this, somebody said that this bracket was down in the way. Well, I clearanced them so that this can still be locked in here, and this will still work if this pin comes out, so without having to take the bracket apart. All right, next item, the quick buoys. The quick buoys are probably my greatest invention that I came up with here. We've got a buoy on a quick clip. It goes right here, and voila, we have buoys. When we're done with them, we take them off. They go right here, and now they're stowed. And you might think that these would bang around and flop around and everything. I've never heard them ever, and I've never heard anybody saying, oh, the buoys are flopping around. I was a little worried that we would need to put some kind of a storage slot for them, like right around the buoy, but not necessary at all. So, okay, moving into the engine compartment. Another J Industries part you can get from Torchcraft Marine, and it's this adapter for all of the Sea-Doo. Not sure what years, but to current years, and it's this piece is sold with the cover, and your stock jet ski fuel pump fits into the tank. So we ended up using the RSR pump on the Mojo boat. I like the fact that it had a grease fitting and it doesn't have the carbon seal, so less chance of leaking. That's the pro. I think the con is no stomp grate, so I ended up, because we're in the Delta, removing a lot of the grates so that it flows without problems. If there is a second con, is it doesn't have the auto bilge that the jet ski has. So our bilge pump, you can see there's no good place to put a bilge pump, and so it ends up sitting right here. Well, the problem with that is you can see a little bit of standing water in here. You need to have about 6 inches of water in the boat before it's going to bilge, and not having the auto bilge drawing from the tail back there is kind of a bummer. Another thing we did, you might see, we put in the sound deadening foam. I think the jury's still out on whether or not that's worth it. It's not really a great look. It has fallen off in this one piece already, and I'm not so sure that it helps too much. So I think that's something you probably want to ask a few people about before you spend the money on that. And we have the buoy. You can also get those from Torchcraft. And the tie downs. So originally this dash was temporary, and it still might be temporary. The end goal was to build something off the A-pillar here that goes all the way across and lays right in here, and creates a dash that comes out and has maybe even a glove box and so on in it. But this was built temporary, and it's actually worked out pretty darn good, so we may not change it. And got the cup holders in here. Pro, you got 2 cup holders. Con, they're not big enough. They need to be bigger, and they probably need some kind of foam inserts in here so the stuff doesn't rattle around, and maybe even a little deeper as well. But we did the tilt steering, suspension seats, So there you have it, the walk around with the Mojo H2O boat. If you have any questions, definitely hit me up in the comments below. Smash the like button, hit the notifications, and if you're watching these videos and you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe. It helps the channel immensely. So guys, for supporting my channel, I'm planning on doing something here. Some of you may have seen the Delta Assault coin, challenge coin. If you don't know what a challenge coin is, it's kind of a military thing, but some of you may have seen the Mojo H2O challenge coin. There's the back of it with the sponsors that helped us out on the Delta Assault. But after the Delta Assault comes out, I'm going to be randomly selecting just random subscribers off the channel. In fact, I'm not even going to be the one to do it. I'm going to let Megan do it. and we're going to pick 5 people, and we're going to send these coins out to you. So if you make a comment or do something that grabs our attention, then we're probably going to reach out to you and try to get your address to send you one of these limited Delta Salt Challenge coins. I keep one in my pocket all the time. Mine, as you can see, is a little worn out, but we only made 250 of them. They were only handed out to the people that helped work on the Delta Assault, and we have a few left over that I give to people when I give them rides, or somebody special that I feel deserves one. So thanks again for watching the channel, and hope you get one of these.